Okay, welcome back to Techno Babylon, everyone. Being that it's now a couple of days before Christmas, I have to say Merry Christmas or Happy Holidays, wherever you come from. Also, you have to excuse me, I broke a tooth the other day on a lollipop, so I might have a slight lisp that I don't normally have. Unfortunately, makes it a bit more difficult for me. Was even debating on whether I recorded this, but it's close to Christmas and we need to keep going with Techno Babylon. So we're up to part 6. We left off with Dr. Vargas coming into the office and talking to Dr. Lau with his rather semi-rude daughter. And we're going to go from there. I believe we get to play as Dr. Lau from here, so let's go and see what happens next. And there we go. So, I haven't done this for 2 months, that's pretty good. Okay. So, I've spoken to... Yeah.
Got to wait till the AI lab have had their turn analyzing her.
Okay. Does any of this do anything? Hello? Alright, guess not. Oh, I gotta power it on? That's weird. Vargas, Dr. Lau, as authorized by City Systems Administrator, Dr. Eduardo Vargas, please find access to the investigation case files enclosed. If you wish to discuss the case in person with the Administrator, please make an appointment beforehand.
Ow! Hey, what was that?
An annoying noise. Downloaded case file. Max Lau from Regis. Well, we probably haven't read any of this, so Dr. Lau, thank you for the summary of the so-called mind-jacking investigations. It is evident that some of Dr. Regis' talent in investigation has found its way to your work. But please be aware that you need to also emulate his less helpful behavioural patterns from Lau Edward. Max, it doesn't matter what Mum said. I don't really understand why you did it either, but I'm not going to judge you. I miss you, and they won't admit it, but Mum and Dad too. Please come home, Max. That city, that life, will change you, Eddie. Edward Lau. Interesting. Okay, that's all their email. Alright. Centralised emergency logistics. Case file. The numbers there. Category Class 4 information larceny with composite harm to health of individual targets, i.e. mindjacking. Case officers assigned, Regis and Lau. Alright. Oh. Outline. Beginning in March 2087, a string of data theft attacks have been carried out within Newton. Using a process of the resonant modulation with subjects' neural wetware, the informational contents of individual victims' brain is being destructively removed with fatal consequences to the targets. Victims to date, 18. Unknown. Okay. Identity of perpetrator, not known. Subject appears exceptionally skilled at infiltration and may have inside help from larger sponsor. Action. Case Specialist Regis and Lau are assigned to compile all available data on mindjackers' activity, including investigation of latest targets for analysis by Central. That's a mouthful. Centralised emergency logistics case file. Category homicide, breaking, entering, abuse of public office, case officer assigned Lau. On 11th of July 2087, Dr. Adam Baxter was found dead by co-workers at the Vickman Tatsumoto, I probably butchered that, sorry, telepresence laboratory in the northeast network. Cell has been contacted and case officer Lau activated for investigation. Victims to date, Vactor, where did I get that from? Baxter, Dr. Adam, former organic computing researcher for City of Newton, recently paroled from rehabilitation sentence. Suspects: Regis, Dr. C, cell agent, spouse of Viksha Regis, victim of murder by Dr. Baxter, was detected entering laboratories on 10th July 2087 and leaving 128 minutes later. Action. Suspect Charles Regis has been unreachable and has historically demonstrated a high anti-civil behaviour index. With such a strong motive, his apprehension for questioning is a priority. Lau, assigned to investigate crime scene, Vickerman Pharmaceuticals. Oh, okay. So I'm guessing that's where we head off to, Vickerman Pharmaceuticals. Oh. Should we try calling Regis? Oh, isn't there a message for us from Regis?
No answer.
Is there a...
Dr. Lau, please continue your investigation of the murder of Dr. Baxter. Your involvement has been requested by the highest levels of civil government. Please find data relevant to the case on your secure system at cell headquarters.
Which we did. Okay, so I guess we've got to go to the pharmaceuticals company. Pharmaceuticals, not so good. I knocked out my tooth. Crime scene. Right. Vickerman Pharmaceutical Laboratories.
Wow, that's a lot of green. Excuse me.
Great, they finally sent someone. You here to get the body out?
Maybe. I'm Max Lau, cell case specialist.
No kidding. I'm the lab director, Dr. Zvidzai Chigwa. Make it quick, I'm busy.
What's your role here?
I'm the supervisor for the telepresence factoring labs. Most of it's automatic. I just make sure it's all running like it should.
Sounds like a big responsibility.
It's a lousy job most of the time. TP is where management sticks people they don't want in public-facing roles.
You're not happy with it?
For the last few years, my career has been one disaster after another. I'm just glad it's plateaued into some kind of stability.
Can you tell me what happened?
Baxter got killed.
In any more detail?
When we started this afternoon, a whole lot of samples had been tampered with. We tried to call Baxter to find out what the hell was going on in the specimen bank.
And he didn't answer?
He didn't. Turned out the door to the specimen bank was locked too.
You haven't seen the body?
Nope, not in person if that's what you mean. We got the camera feed online, but it was obvious that Baxter wasn't going to be coming out.
When did you last see him?
Guess it could have been Wednesday?
So he could have been killed any time in the past 3 days?
I guess, but it wouldn't fit with everything else.
Don't mind the music here. Not bad. It's a little loud with their talking, but still.
What's the purpose of this lab? Plant studies?
Yes and no. It's a TP lab, telepresence. There's a lot of research that's not exactly legal in some countries.
Ooh.
But in Newton, pretty much anything goes.
Exactly. If someone in the EU needs research done on something hazardous, infectious, or endangered, they send the orders here and we carry out the testing.
What sort of research?
Mostly we make new angiosperms from scratch. That's flowering plants to you.
Gee, thanks. Why would people want new flowers?
Sometimes it's a drug delivery method. The earliest commercial examples were fruit that grew packed with insulin. A lot of new wetware begins its life as engineered fruit too.
Must be awkward if they cross-pollinate in the wild.
And a legal headache. Part of our job is making sure the copy protection works.
Copy protection in plants? Ouch.
Ouch, yeah. That's right.
Aside from yourself, who else works in this laboratory?
There's my intern, Martin Meester, operates the factoring line. If you meet him, it's easy to see why they put him in here. And until recently, there was Dr. Baxter.
Tell me about Mr. Neester.
He came over from Eurofed on a study program. He's young. I guess we're all like that in our youth.
Good colleague?
He's all right. He got on board with that annoying Maladist trend. He knows how to follow instructions, so I let him get on with it.
Is visa still active?
Dr. Lau, we do not employ undocumented illegals in this lab.
Just have to check. I'm sure you understand.
Oh dear.
Tell me.
Oh, he was bad enough to work
sorry.
with in the 60s. As part of his parole, they stuck a governor in his head. Since then, it's like talking to a badly written synthetic.
You don't care for him a great deal,
That man killed Vicky. Frankly, he deserved what he got.
but you still work with him.
He worked for me. It was another part of his parole. Vickerman's management persuaded centralized government that his skills were going to waste in prison. The company wanted him supervised by someone who knew him. Hence, they dragged my sorry ass in.
What did you
that's
have him
terrible.
doing?
He organized the specimen bank. It's the kind of thing we could just leave him at for hours on end. Days, sometimes. Really, it could have just been done by the facility's AI, but I had to give him something.
Otherwise, you'd have to talk to him.
Exactly.
You've got a keen mind. What's your take on this?
Hey, I'm not the detective, young lady. You know what I think?
No,
I
we
think
are.
Regis did what they ought to have done 20 years ago.
Why do you say that?
Seems logical. We've got him coming into the labs on security, then we got him coming out an hour later. When we get here, we've got Baxter's corpse contaminating the specimen bank.
Anything else?
Well, something strange. Since we got in, we keep finding samples that have been tampered with. Looks like he spent his hour here messing up the genomes of our specimens.
That quickly?
If anyone was good enough to do it that fast, it'd be Charlie.
Wow, smart man.
You knew Regis as well.
Yeah, I was on a research team with him and his wife back in the 60s. Baxter, too.
You've apparently known him a long
2060.
time. Does this seem like something Regis would do?
Oh, after what he did to Vicky, I'd have strangled Baxter, too. I tell you, if he did do it, I wouldn't blame him one bit.
Do you think he did it, though?
I don't know. He was always kinda shady.
Tell me about it.
They made him do some real awful stuff out in the hot zones.
Such as...
Let's just say his escape led to a whole lot of people being jailed for war crimes.
Yikes, this just keeps going on. That's alright.
You seem preoccupied.
That obvious, huh? We found a couple of specimens that Regis tampered with in his hour here. So I gotta run through the catalog and dig out the backups.
Sounds straightforward.
Not when there's 11,000 samples to take. Oh, I could punch Regis for this. Though, I want to shake his hand for Baxter so it kinda evens out.
Now, I'm going to go through as much as I can today, but I have a limited time, being this close to Christmas.
What's been done to the samples?
He's used a customized viral vector to add huge amounts of junk DNA to their genomes. These are the last two I found, Medioflorens interensis and Linacia lawsonis.
May I have a look?
Do you think it'll help?
Just a hunch. Huh. Non-binary. Quaternary data string?
What do you mean?
My wetware systems are interpreting the genomes of these plants as sections of an audio file.
Ooh.
He's used the DNA to store information.
You think so?
It's incomplete. The two samples only make up a third of the data, but M and L, my initials. This can't be a coincidence. He's left a message.
What does it say?
Not sure yet. I could probably construct the whole message if I can find where he's hidden the rest of it.
Safe to say it's
Interesting.
in the other plants he's engineered. Here, take this. You can sample DNA from the plants around the lab.
Cool.
If you run out of sampling cartridges, you can reload it at this console.
Thanks. How long would it take to sample everything in the lab?
Only a couple of years. We have over 11,000 subjects.
Oh
Better
dear.
off looking for specimens that would fill the gaps in the clue he left.
Wow.
So you worked with Regis and his wife, as well as Baxter. Did you also work for Dr. Vargas?
That pompous ass? Yeah, I worked for him.
You don't care for him.
He was a competent researcher, but he lives for politics. Everything was always about making the world a better place.
And you don't think it should be better?
It's a nice idea, just not realistic. And what we ended up making, it was... Actually, never mind.
Right.
What happens in the specimen bank?
It's where the samples of plants and growth matrices are stored. There's a huge library of subjects to work with, natural and man-made.
And that's where Baxter worked?
Yeah, it's not exactly taxing. I wanted to see what he could do since they put a governor in him.
You left him to work alone in there?
I'll be honest, he was not a pleasant man to talk to.
I wonder why Regis hid a message inside the DNA of these plants.
DNA's been used as a data storage medium before. Rather than on-off binary, DNA would be quaternary bits. Adenine, guanine, thymine, and cytosine. If he just left a message on one of the systems, though, or even on paper...
Then someone could have destroyed or erased it. Short of burning down the entire lab, they'd have no way to be sure they destroyed a message hidden like this.
Especially
true.
since he's scrambled so many of the other samples as camouflage.
He needs to make sure it's found, and based on the layout, he wants me to find it.
Sure does.
Have you found anything else with added genetic data?
As a matter of fact, I have. There was a batch of Orchidaceae isotria in the growth lab, and...
And?
I can't remember exactly which specimen the other was. I do remember that it had red flowers, variegated, that is, multicolored leaves, and very, very small fruit.
Oh boy.
Why didn't the facility's CI detect Baxter's vitals suddenly failing? It's a potentially hazardous environment in here.
We were wondering that as well. This afternoon we noticed the monitoring system in the sample lab was in recursion. All hell broke loose when the CI suddenly realized what had happened.
So either you've got a technical fault with the software or wetware interfacing,
Which is unlikely given how much they cost.
or someone breached the security systems to cover Baxter's murder. That gives me more hope. Regis would have no idea how to do that.
No.
What sort of research were you conducting in the 60s?
You mean with Charlie and his wife? You might not believe it, but we were the people behind Central.
Oh my goodness.
Central? The city governing AI Central?
And he
The
hates it.
same. Newton was looking for a coordinator AI. Vargas put together a team including the new Mr. and Mrs. Regis.
Nuke me. Regis never mentioned anything about this.
No.
It wasn't a happy memory for him. He left after the unpleasantness.
Hates Central.
We finished the project a few months later.
Huh. Might explain why he hates Central's guts.
Okay, I wonder if any of these say the
Have you
same.
found any...
As a matter of, there was a batch of Orchidaceae.
And...
I
Yeah,
do
okay.
there and there.
So, how do I build more of the message?
You've got to use the sampling tool to get DNA from the plants around the lab. The sampler can take 3 readings before it needs to be reloaded.
Oh
In
goodness.
some areas of the lab, the atmospheric controls will prevent the reading being taken.
Apparently, he wants me to find certain samples. I've got to think about where I'm going to find them.
Darn right. We've got a whole lot of A right now. Is
All right.
that all?
For now.
Then if you'll excuse me, I'll get back to work.
Okay. DNA sampler, right. What's this? Gene sequencer. Oh, okay. Ooh. Oh, that's cool.
I'm going to need to find where he's hidden the rest of the message before I get any sense out of it.
Where do I go in? Okay. Red
I
plants.
better not. If I start taking every single specimen, I'll be here for days.
But it said red plants. Not multicolored leaves. Oh, I should have spoken to the lady. What am I doing?
Oh god, what a mess.
That is a mess. Rail drain is empty. No samples have been taken from storage. Seed bank console. Oh, okay. I don't know any of that.
Nothing unusual found on the body central. Estimation on time of death?
The climate control in the specimen lab is compromising your sensors. Ambient temperature is just above freezing.
Okay. That does not help me at all. There's nothing else in here, is
I
there?
haven't examined the body properly.
Well, it just said.
Nothing unusual found. Wetware's not going to...
Well, I don't know. You just said.
I haven't
But what's there to examine?
Nothing unusual?
I don't know what there is to examine. Okay, well, that's not right.
As much as I love shocking things, I don't...
Sorry. Right, I'm not sure what else I'm supposed to look at here because... oh, isn't there a plant here that I want to find? Oh, what's it called? It's... Is it, that one? What's it called? That's wrong one. What do I gotta... oh, maybe. Okay.
I've taken a DNA sample from it.
Try that one? Because I think she said that. Alright. Noisy thing.
The biohazard trefoil on these isn't encouraging.
Yeah, what? Oh dear, that's scary. Can I
I
leave?
haven't examined...
It won't let me leave here. It tells me I haven't examined the body.
Nothing unusual.
What am I supposed to do with the body? What am I doing wrong? What the? What on earth is this? This is a game? I don't want to play. I don't want to play this. This is no good. I don't know what's going on here. I already done that. Oh goodness, it's gonna make me do it again.
I'm
Yes.
going to need to find where he's...
I know, but you won't let me
I
leave the
haven't
room.
examined the body
With what? Have I done something wrong? I might have done something wrong.
The growth matrix won't start in that.
I messed something up, surely.
Update Central.
What is the situation, Dr. Lau?
Dr. Baxter is certainly dead. He's been decapitated, and not cleanly either.
His head has been removed.
More like destroyed. At a glance, this would be the most likely cause of death.
What is your estimation of the incident, Dr. Lau?
There's too much we can't say for sure. We don't know precisely when Baxter was murdered. We can't even be sure that this was the cause of death.
That is a fair assessment. A clearer picture will no doubt follow the autopsy.
Don't send in anyone yet. I still need to carry out a preliminary.
I understand. Continue your investigation of events surrounding the incident.
Understood. Lau out. I hope I can find something to get Regis off the hook.
Maybe to let me leave the room now. Oh, okay. It's just me being silly. Because I haven't played the game for 2 months, so... Alright, let's talk to Purple Hair here.
Hi there.
With caviar.
Okay.
My name's Dr. Max Lau. I'm a cell case specialist.
When will Plumber show them a photograph?
My name's Dr. Max...
Utter nonsense.
You're not making any sense.
Every Thursday, a tribe of domineering braggarts awkwardly smears the ugly fiction monger
Oh,
with
no.
horses.
Are you alright?
Era of moral crisis, punishment of evil, you may suffer from moral law.
What on earth? Okay.
I give up.
When do you offer a mechanical holiday?
Alright.
better not. If I start taking...
I don't know if
I've
that's
taken a
right.
DNA sample from it.
Warning. Security clearance not valid for access to Growth Lab. Vickerman Pharmaceuticals thanks you for your cooperation.
I assume you hack it.
Warning. Security clearance not...
Come on.
New security profile created. Access granted. Welcome, Dr. Lau.
Thanks.
Right, this goes outside, doesn't it? Yeah.
They're keeping things in here because they're dangerous or unusual. Probably not what I want to be carrying around.
Probably not. Ooh, this one not being used. Can I put this thing in here?
There, I've planted the growth matrix. Let's hope I got Mom's green fingers.
Okay. Xenosporanus, Dianosporans, Tazardi. Warning exponential growth, danger of contamination. Cycling testing, ideal ambient temperatures for new strain. Alright, what do we do now? Oh no, I pressed this again. It doesn't stop.
I'm
Yeah.
going to need to find...
Yes.
I only just planted it.
Well, that's okay, but what do we do? We just wait? I'm not sure. A bit lost here with this one. This is interesting though. Anything else in here? Pipes. Oh, first aid kit.
This could be useful. Looks like a lot of cartridges for the injector.
Oh my goodness, what on earth would I pick up? Hydro. That sounds like something that would burn.
Nothing happened.
Was I even supposed to touch that? Okay.
Excuse me, Dr. Chigwa?
Make it quick, I'm busy.
I tried talking to your intern. It wasn't helpful.
Oh, never mind that. He's got aphasia.
Isn't that treatable?
Oh yes, he just gave it to himself. It's what the kids are into these days.
Crippling
crying out
neurological
loud.
disorders?
Yes and no. Maladism, they call it. They give themselves old diseases. It only lasts about a week each time.
And you let him do that?
He's not public-facing, and as long as it doesn't get in the way of his work. I figure we all did things the old folks thought were stupid back when we were kids.
Okay, how can I?
I need to ask Meester about the tampered specimens. How do I cure his aphasia?
Well, you wouldn't really cure it. He doesn't actually have the disease. It's essentially wetware designed to occupy the Wernicke and Broca regions of the brain. This then produces the symptoms of the disease. That's what they're going for.
I can't wait a week for the wetware to break down.
Find a way to break it down early then. If we've got an emergency contamination, we use
Oh,
hydroxypyruvate
see?
isomeric.
Sounds like something that burns.
It's an enzyme that instructs the fabricators in wetware to disassemble
Symbol.
themselves.
Ah, cool. How accidental was that? I'm probably completely wrong, of course, but that was pretty cool.
Is that all?
For now.
Then if you'll excuse me.
Okay, then we can talk to Nesta.
The clear star that is yesterday wants to set things right.
Really? How interesting.
Bitch questions you injector?
Say that again?
Overpass, did you stick me with an injector? Now I'll have to get my aphasia rechecked. Not cool, man.
Excuse me.
Yeah?
Okay, this is better.
I'm CS Dr. Lau. I've been tasked with this investigation.
Martin Easter. I've been tasked with the factory lab.
You work with Dr. Chikwa?
I work for Chikwa. I'm just the intern. Means I get stuck with all the lousy jobs she won't do.
I understand. I was an intern once.
So, what's CS? You a detective?
Case specialist. So, yes, I guess you could say that.
Cool.
I'd like to hear from you what happened.
So, we came in this afternoon for the late shift, right? I checked on the factoring line, and it turns out the specimens are nuked up.
In what sense?
They don't match the catalog anymore. Not that they're supposed to be. I figured Baxter nuked it up again, so I checked the feed.
That's when you found the body?
Yeah, but Chikwa won't let me get a look. Told me to get back to work while she called Sal. Hey, can I get a look at the body with you?
I'm afraid not. Official procedure and stuff.
Bummer.
Okay.
Why'd you go and give yourself aphasia?
Not just that. There are loads of syndromes. It's maladies, man.
Aren't diseases like that dangerous, though?
It's not permanent, man. We ain't stupid. Wetware nodes in the body create the symptoms of things we want, which you went and broke. Gee, thanks.
Sorry about that. In any case, they're temporary then.
Exactly.
I still don't get it. What's the hook for maladism?
Man, you old folk never get things like MD.
Old?
Most of these syndromes are diseases that are completely curable. They just don't happen anymore. Society says no to them.
So it's countercultural? An act of rebellion?
Exactly. Diseases like that make the establishment uncomfortable. They don't want it to be a part of their society. But we show them they can't ever get rid of it completely.
You're rubbing their faces in it then.
And in another way, it's kinda retro. Illnesses like that are what shape society. The Black Death made Europe what it is.
Gotta
Yeah.
appreciate the classics.
For a lot of us, it's also about who's hardest. Posers go for little things like botulism or influenza. But you know someone's got real nose on them if they can stand a month with HIV.
Oh, that's not very good.
So, what other diseases have you tried?
Loads of them. Parkinson's, syphilis,
Oh my
tuberculosis. Last month, it was Hansen's disease.
Wait, leprosy?
Yeah, if you're a Zift, Hansen's is the real name.
Sounds like quite a selection.
That's why I came to study in Newton. Eurofed's just starting to get into MD culture. Even talking about banning it. Newton's where it's at for it. You guys are a lot cooler about what you let people do.
On an individual basis, certainly. That's pretty much the founding philosophy here.
This guy's nuts.
Dr. Chikwa tells me that some of the specimens have been tampered.
Oh yeah, I found one of those. Man, couldn't they have just killed the guy without messing up my work?
I need to find it. Which specimen was it?
Oh, a Corsae Brasileira. When I found it, I just thought Baxter was nuking it up again.
What did you do with it?
Found it
I just
already.
sent it back to the
Is
specimen
that what
lab.
the other lady
Should
said?
be there in the sample store.
I already found that one.
Yeah.
Oh, well, get off my back then.
That's what the lady said. Oh, I don't know.
What do you think of Dr. Chikwa?
She's a hard ass, but she knows what she's doing. Kinda thinks she feels wasted working here.
What can you tell me about Dr. Baxter?
Not much. He only started here a couple of weeks ago. Chikwa dropped him in the specimen lab and kinda left him here.
She neglected him?
Nah, he just barely left. Could have been a workaholic, but I think he just couldn't focus on anything else.
Did he ever talk about his past with you?
Man, he didn't even talk to me, period, about anything.
I think there might be a problem in the growth lab. I kinda, sorta, planted that xenofungus from the growth matrix.
Oh, awesome. That stuff is hella toxic.
Oh, it's awesome.
Nukes nerve tissue up like nothing else.
You sound strangely upbeat about environmental catastrophes.
Nah, man, it's cool. This shit happens all the time. Management gives us time off whenever they run decon.
What's your personal opinion of Dr. Baxter?
He didn't talk much. One nuked up guy. Chikwa told me he'd been released from jail. Looked like he had a governor in his head.
That's correct. It affected his behavior?
Dude, that's an understatement. That Malkin was like a zombie. One time, I dropped the whole sample tray in his lab. Anyone else would have yelled at me. He started to get mad, then looked just about ready to puke.
The governor inhibited violent thought. He'd been serving a murder sentence.
Oh, no way. Who'd he whack?
That's confidential.
Man, that's unfair. You're a tease.
How do young people go about getting sick these days?
It's a lot harder, but that shows it's a choice. We use
boy.
wetware to create symptoms, like the aphasia. The wetware I had for that was programmed to lodge in the Broca and Wernicke regions of the brain.
So it's not really Broca's aphasia.
Same symptoms though.
You'd buy wetware nodes from shops?
Nah, find hobby GG programmers through the trance. They're always looking to sell. It's like a contest. They're always releasing new syndromes, competing with each other. You looking to get into it?
Not really my scene,
Hey.
thanks. Alright, I'll let you get back to your job.
Uh-huh. Whatever.
Did I go play with the DNA scanner?
Nothing happened. Nothing happened. Nothing happened. Nothing happened.
I don't know what to do. Okay, let's have a look at the gene sequencer. Can I add the other sequence?
I'm going to need to...
Yeah, can I try and... Ah, cool.
It worked.
Oops.
Looks like Regis didn't hide any data in that.
Okay. Okay.
I'm going to need to find where he's hidden the rest of the message. Better not. It might tell...
So, I thought she said... Maybe I got them. Huh?
Excuse me, Doctor.
I thought...
Have you found anything?
As a matter of fact, there was a batch of Orchidaceae isotria in the growth lab, and...
And?
I do remember that it had red variegated, that is, and very, very...
Okay.
Is that all?
For now.
Then if you...
The growth lab has... Oh, goodness, I can't remember the name of that.
Excuse me.
I'll try it one more time.
Have you found...
There was a batch of Orchidaceae...
Okay, so that's for the name.
and is that all?
Orchidaceae.
For now.
Then if...
Let's try and remember Orchidaceae. 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 Right, so we're looking for Orchidaceae. Nope. Nope. Oh dear. Am I meant to get some of that one?
I've taken a DNA... I hope it doesn't grow in...
Orchidaceae.
I've taken a DNA sample from it.
Okay. She said the other one had red flowers, but Oh goodness. Hang on a minute, what?
I'll be here for hours if
I'm not sure what's going on there. Hang on a minute, they're saying the same for both. Oh, I took the bloody wrong one. Chamber B is the wrong one. We want that one.
I've taken a DNA sample.
Right. Well, it's a very interesting mission.
Warning, copyright breach in progress.
Excuse me?
You are not authorized to remove Orchidaceae isotria samples from the growth lab. They are copyrighted property of Typho Labs GmbH. Beginning purge.
Now,
Hey, my sample! What did you do?
To prevent theft of intellectual property,
goodness.
gene sequences in your possession have been neutralized. Have a nice day.
Gee, thanks. Nothing happened. Nothing happened. Nothing happened. Nothing happened.
I'm not sure what's going on there. Did they kill all the samples? Oh, it would have, yeah.
As much as I love shocking,
It's something to do with those pipes. There's more pipes here.
Hey, don't touch the valve. Who do you think Dr. Chigwa makes fix them when they burst?
all right, I won't touch them.
Ah, there's a toolbox there. I wonder. Not that that would make sense. Doesn't appear to be anything else here. Well, now he said don't touch the pipe. Should we go and touch the other ones? Because I want him to move. Can I just take his toolbox?
I can't figure out what.
No, I can't. Okay.
Nothing happened.
Okay. It's taking much longer than expected. I'm enjoying it though. Honestly, I've got family over from 1,500 kilometers away, so I'm trying to get it done as quickly as I can. No. Because he says about breaking pipes, so I thought it was in the other room, but I guess not. I guess it's this one.
Oops.
Oops.
Excuse me.
Yeah?
I need to remove the Orchidaceae isotria sample from the growth room. Thing is, the airlock told me it was copyrighted, then blasted me with gas.
Yeah, that one belongs to Tifu. They're way touchy about it. Only lab staff are able to remove it for factory.
Could you get the sample for me?
Hey, no way, man. I'm already on 2 strikes for taking stuff out of the lab.
So you could, but you won't.
Sorry, man. Chigwa already thinks I'm stealing stuff. There's a huge street market for things like spark fruit or cracked wetware.
Hey, the pipes in the growth lab are leaking.
Ah, you get... Again? Better go fix it before Chigwa starts yelling.
Okay, so he's going there, so we need to maybe hide it on him.
I've taken a DNA sample from it.
That alien thing's awful.
You better not lose it.
Cool. I haven't found the one with red plants and fruit. Yeah, I'm not sure where that one is. Well, we can grab this one though. Alright. That may not have anything in it. Oh, okay.
Yes! Looks like
Okay.
Regis didn't hide any data.
Thought the alien one had it in it.
Aha! Got some.
According to this, he's been dead through anything left in the portal. On his case. Good luck.
I'm going to need to find
What's
where
the missing one?
Excuse me, Dr. Chigwa.
Make it quick, I'm busy.
So we got that one.
Have you found any...
As a matter, there was a batch of orchid...
Got that one.
Can't remember exactly which specimen the other was. I do remember that it had red flowers, variegated, that is, multicolored leaves, and very, very small fruit.
That's interesting. I'm not sure what the first one is. First one. Not sure what the other one is.
Is that all?
For now.
Then if you...
Red flower tree fruit. Ah, of course. She said it had fruit. Well, she'd know what it was. Oh,
I've taken it.
Let's hope it's this one. Come on. Yes. Ah, we
There's
found it.
some more.
Lau, if you're listening to this,
Here we go. Cool.
well, it means they've got me.
Oh no, Regis, no, no, no!
But I... Lau, ignore anything left in the recording up to this point.
Huh?
Sorry for being so unhelpful with the message, but I had to be sure you were the one who heard it first. Everyone will be saying that I came to the lab to... well, for Baxter, and they might be right. Except that he's been dead since before I got here.
Yes!
We need to touch bases on this case. Meet me... Meet me where we were both first involved in a case. I'll try to explain when you get here. Good luck.
Oh, thank God. You've got some explaining to do, Regis.
Okay.
What the hell do you think you were doing? We need her alive!
I saw an opportunity for striking back at Regis, a kind of poetic justice.
At Regis? You've never even met the man.
Yes, but
You haven't offloaded Baxter yet, have you? Look, there might just be a use for your newfound vendetta. The tap on his partner was successful. She found where Regis is hiding. He's an unfactored element. Now, he needs to be removed from the equation.
Don't worry. I'll kill him myself if it comes to it.
There's only so much of the city's resources that can be diverted to this. Find him, finish him, then return for offloading.
Looks like
Remember,
Marcus' daughter.
I'm your controller, not Baxter.
Don't be so sure.
So I got out. I managed to find somewhere to lie low. But I know what Central's capable of. You can only hide from it for so long. Lau had better find that message before an aerostat comes this way. What the hell?
Okay, so I'm going to leave it here. It was a very interesting episode of running around and restructuring DNA sequences for a message. We go back to playing Regis in the next episode. Well, I hope you enjoy that, and I hope everyone enjoys Christmas. And I'll catch you next time. Don't forget to click a like if you enjoy this video, and the bell notification button if you want to see more of this stuff. It'd be good if you had a look at our Patreon in the link below. That would be lovely. And I hope you have a lovely time. I'm Bexy. Bye.